All the things I'd like to do with you, baby. I can feel the love and it'll be here soon. There is peace and an easiness in the afternoon. Baby, let's enjoy the ride. Let the minutes go on by. Tell me when you need to go, but I like being by your side. Would you give me all your love? You're the one I'm dreaming of. I can never get enough. You are the one. think about the places that you want to see. Make a little happy on the St. Danny. Let's enjoy all the time we have to sit and daydream. Take a little time and think of you and me. Maybe think about the places that you want to see. Make a little happy on the St. Danny. Let's enjoy all the time we have. Sit and daydream.
Jubilee Place, our new seats are empty. Sorry, seats. The students, they cannot greet me. Being in here is sad and lonely. Even though we've just redone you so recently. Brand new paint, no one can enjoy it. All new flooring, which looks quite outstanding. But it's empty. This place is empty. Welcome to our annual Celebrating MBCI Benefit Dinner, pandemic edition. We are going to see some awesome things that we've been doing here at MBCI and see some of our favorite people, including our principal, Andrea Neufeld. Even talk a little bit about how we're managing with the COVID. I hope you have a snack with you because it is a benefit dinner. My dinner is Miss Vicky's, which is a nice, well-rounded potato dinner. So I really hope you enjoy your evening. I'll be your host, Jessica Boise, assistant principal here at MBCI. Let's do this.
Oh, hi, grade sixes. We've got a full day ahead.
Today we are starting the process on the birdhouse.
Working together to keep learning happening from a distance.
You may recall, we challenged you to the Shoe Tower Challenge.
My lighthouse.
Keeping your workspace distraction free.
It's pretty basic. You're gonna go down, you know, something just like this.
Your parents might think you're nuts because you're doing your math homework, but we're going to do a whole minute of heavy exercise.
Hello and welcome to MBCI and our first ever virtual benefit dinner. We would love to be gathering with you in person as we usually do. And tonight we find ourselves in new times. As we have for many months, I'm sitting here in my office and very much actually in front of school, right on every device across the homes of our MBCI students and families. This is where we have done what we usually get to do in person and to keep our mission and our vision of teaching and learning alive. Tonight is about celebrating. It's about celebrating Christ-centered education at MBCI. It's about celebrating with our community and the ways in which we support each other and make the mission of this place happen. And it's also about the opportunity to have our staff and our students share with you of their learning journeys here at the school, the ways in which they grow and the accomplishments that they have. We hope you will really enjoy our program. At the bottom of your screen, if you at any point in time would like to support the mission of MBCI, there's an opportunity to do so. Thanks so much again for joining us.
On behalf of the MBCI board, I would like to thank everyone who made this event possible and for all those who are joining us this evening. Please join me in a prayer for our students, our school, and our community. Great and loving God, we are grateful for this time of being together to focus on our students and the privilege we have of learning and growing together with them. We are mindful of the privilege it is to walk alongside students during uncertain and difficult times. May we model the kingdom values you came to establish. Forgive us as followers of Jesus and also as a community where we have fallen short of these same kingdom values. Show us how we can even better listen, how we can even better empathize, and how we can be better at working together with our neighbors so everyone we meet feels valued and cherished. Help us to grieve with those who grieve in these troubled times of pandemic, economic uncertainty, unemployment, civil unrest, and racial tensions. Help us to rejoice with those who rejoice, even in the midst of these troubled times, as there's so much beauty, love, forgiveness, and acceptance to be shared and enjoyed. Grant us wisdom in working together with students to love and engage the world around us, looking beyond ourselves to serve others, and practicing and pursuing justice for the most vulnerable and marginalized. Amen.
Hello, hello, hello. Here I am in the band room, and music is something that's really important at MBCI, and you're going to see an example of something special that we're doing, COVID era, with music, and we're also going to see some of the ways that our students engage with the world in really meaningful ways when we see a citizenship ceremony that our grade 9s did earlier this year. You might think that the jazz you heard was me. It was not. It was Paul Clausen and some alumni friends of his doing a little ensemble, and thank you very much. Big shout out to you guys. That was awesome. See you later.
Good evening. Tonight we're going to talk about something really exciting that the grade 9s had an opportunity to be a part of. Having the opportunity to welcome new Canadians to this country was both an honor and a privilege. MBCI students got to see firsthand what a citizenship ceremony entails. We practiced taking the citizenship test, and our grade 9 students took part in welcoming 74 new Canadians in 17 different countries. As hosts for this event, students welcomed the new Canadians into our newly renovated Jubilee Place and watched the ceremony. The band students played the national anthem, and nutrition students provided freshly made refreshments for the reception that followed. It was truly an unforgettable event, but don't take my word for it. Let's hear from a few students on what the experience meant to them.
The overall experience was quite nice. It's nice to see genuine smiles from people when their hard work pays off to get them to the point that they're at. It made me proud to be Canadian. Greeting people that were officially made Canadian citizens made me realize how welcoming and accepting our country really is. And the citizenship ceremony showed that what we learned in the classroom in real life. It brings a very real and personal aspect to just words on a page.
Janessa.
After the ceremony, I realized how proud and thankful I am to be Canadian. All these people came to Canada to start a new life, whether they were fleeing their country or coming to Canada to be with family, or just wanting a fresh start. I have to say I was more thankful to be Canadian after the ceremony than before.
Awesome. Justice.
The overall experience for me was very emotional. Being able to see how happy people are to become a part of our nation that day really stuck out to me. I was also very happy that day because I was an usher. Being an usher meant I was able to, talk to people and see how they felt, and they were all very happy. Overall, I think that the ceremony was a very good experience for me and my classmates as well.
And finally, Simon, what was the experience like for you?
After watching the Canadian citizenship ceremony, I felt so proud and lucky to be a Canadian. The stories of struggles and hardships that the new citizens shared at the ceremony are things I can't personally relate to because I've lived here my entire life. However, it did sound like the stories that they've shared sounded a lot like the stories that my grandparents told to me about my great-grandparents. My great-grandparents went through a lot of hardships to come to Canada, and I'm so thankful that they did, because now I can live the life that I enjoy now.
Awesome. Thanks, guys, for sharing your experience. And thanks, guys, for watching.
Time how long you can hold that handstand and get your videos in to Mr. Livingston or myself for another chance to win a $20 gift card. I hope that inspires you guys.
I feel like some teachers need some help with the feng shui, for example, in their classroom. So I like to come in and just move things around a little bit. And they always really appreciate it when they come back and things are all rearranged. So that's what I'm doing here. In the meantime, you're going to hear from our grade 7s as they reflect on the life of Jesus.
So we had our unit on the life of Jesus, and I was just hoping that some of you would be able to share your experiences and what you learned and how that has helped you in your walk as a Christian.
And today we're going to be talking about the life of Jesus. Back when we were learning about the life of Jesus, we were also learning about human rights and how some people are still mistreated. So I'm going to talk about how Jesus treated others in his lifetime. I personally think that Jesus was in favor of human rights. He treated everybody with the utmost respect, even though he's the Son of God, which makes him one of the most powerful beings to exist. He didn't have to be so nice, but he was. He helped everyone when people wouldn't even help each other. For example, the people that had leprosy, he helped all of them. He provided for others and supported people physically and mentally. And so, I think we should take Jesus as an example. Live our lives as good people, treat people the way you want to be treated, do nice things for everybody, even those who might not be able to repay you.
Thank you, Emmy. McKenna?
So my name is McKenna, and I am in grade 7 at MBCI. And we got to learn a lot about the life of Jesus and what he did to help us during his time on earth. That's what I'm here to talk about today. Jesus was always a good teacher. He was very humble and wanted everyone to be equal. Back in those days, some groups of people were treated poorly, just like today, and Jesus knew that. He performed miracles for everyone. Jesus saw everyone equally, and no matter what anyone said or did to him, he never changed his mind. A new command I give you: love one another, as I have loved you, so you must love one another. By this, everyone will know that you are my disciples if you love one another. This is John 13, verse 34 to 35. You can see from this passage, Jesus isn't saying love some. He is telling us to love everyone. When Jesus would perform miracles like healing a blind man, it wasn't all so he could prove that he was the Messiah. Jesus truly loves every single one of us. I believe that's why Jesus came to us, so he could teach us to be kind and love everyone no matter what.
Thank you, McKenna. Avery.
Hi, my name is Avery, and I'm going to be talking about the life of Jesus. We are so lucky to have Jesus as one of our teachers, so that we can learn from him. He lived a life of teaching, healing, prayer, and suffering. Jesus drew crowds wherever he went, and his ministry was always open to anyone who was willing to be taught. He loved people and wanted them to learn about God. Jesus would wake up very early and pray in many different circumstances every morning and all day. When we look at how Jesus prayed, we can have a better understanding of how to pray ourselves. Jesus' healing shows his love and compassion for us and our problems. Ultimately, his life of suffering shows us how much he really loves us. I look up to Jesus as an upstander. An upstander is someone who speaks on acts in support of others. An upstander recognizes when something is wrong and acts to make it right. This has impacted my life because I want to try better at being more courageous to take the action needed to be an upstander. As 2 Timothy verses 1:7 says, "For the Spirit God gave us does not make us timid, but gives us power, love, and self-discipline."
Avery, thank you so much. And I just want to thank everyone for attending our virtual banquet dinner, and thank you so much for supporting MBCI and the work that we do here.
Stay safe.
Stay home.
Wash your hands.
And don't touch your face. We miss you.
You know, there's been a lot of principals through this place, a lot of people working to overcome challenges that the school has faced, and we're working to overcome this one. It's quite an adventure. Speaking of ventures, we're gonna go see what our business ventures students are up to. And I'm gonna get out of here before Andrea Neufeld comes back.
Hi there, MBCI supporters. My name is Richard Clausen, and I'm one of the main teachers in the Ventures program at MBCI. It's a great opportunity for me to be able to share and influence and connect the students with our community, with Christian perspective, with ethics, and different topics that come up as we learn about the business world and the real interactions we have. Our grade 9s and 10s this year did a project called The Medium is the Message, credit to Marshall McLuhan, where they actually took curricular content of marketing and strategies and social media, and they put together real life campaigns that will be used toward the 75th anniversary of MBCI. Enjoy.
75 years ago, life was very different than it is now. You could buy a movie ticket for 35 cents, the hourly wage was 40 cents, and you could buy a house for just $4,000. Since then, many things have changed. Many organizations have risen and fallen, but throughout all of this, MBCI has remained rooted on the rock.
Some things never change. Through all the changes that have happened in the past 75 years, both in society and the developments that have been made, there are some things that will never change. This ad shows two photos that are different, but yet the same. They show two different eras. The hairstyles are different, the uniforms have been updated, but the teams are somehow the same. MBCI is very different from how it used to be, but if alumni come back for the 75th anniversary, they will see that it is somehow the same. MBCI 75th anniversary is a chance to go back to the past and go back to simpler times. It will give you a chance to reconnect with yesterday, relive the memories, to see that some things never change, and to be welcomed home for a family gathering.
Home. Home is defined as an environment affording security and happiness, a place of origin, a place where you are welcome. MBCI has shaped many students in the past 75 years. Many stories began here, and many more stories are still being made. We've had many MBCI graduates go on to do great things, all of them starting their stories here. Your story doesn't end the moment you toss your graduation cap up into the air. That's when your story begins. The prologue to your story being MBCI. MBCI being a place of origin, a second home. MBCI isn't just where memories were made, it has helped to shape memories. Even the building. Something so simple as some wooden nails has become a home to many. 14% of children's life from the ages 1 to 18 are spent in school. 14% of our lives are spent not in our home, but in our second home. It is for these reasons that even seeing the building can encourage people to come back for MBCI 75th, to come back home.
Coming back for MBCI 75th is like coming back home and seeing your family. Many people consider the MBCI community to be a family of teachers that supported students, students who cared about each other, and friends who have many shared memories. Many people are still making memories with the family they met at MBCI. Family gatherings are a chance to get together with the people that you have shared history with, to remember your past memories, and to make more. This ad emphasizes the people involved with MBCI and not just the education. 90% of high school graduates say the most treasured part of their high school experience were the people involved. This ad summarizes that statement, saying that by coming back for MBCI's 75th anniversary, you are not just coming back because of the education, you're coming back because of the people, choosing to come back because of family.
Memories. If these walls could talk, they would tell of the laughter, of the joy, and of the memories made in these very hallways. We all remember moments, memories, that seem to shape who we are now. Many of those moments happened at MBCI. This ad is encouraging alumni to come back for the event to see former friends and relive memories that they have made together. In reliving those memories, they will be making new ones to be relived sometime in the future.
Yesterday can mean more than just the day before today. It symbolizes the past, a time that is not now. To reconnect with yesterday is to reconnect with people, friends, teachers, and a building from yesterday. To feel close to who you used to be and to remember your roots.
Coming back for MBCI's 75th anniversary will remind you of who you were, who you had hoped to be, and help you reflect on how far you've come and who you want to be going forward. We all have a story, and yours started with MBCI.
Thank you, and we hope to see you there.
We cannot talk about MBCI without talking about the privilege of being a Hawk. Athletics is a huge part of what happens here. We're going to throw it over to the red gym and meet some of our Hawks.
I'm here with Callie Schmidtke, a grade 12 student here at MBCI. She's been a longtime member of MBCI Hawk volleyball teams, and with Loring Rohr. He's a grade 11 student. He's a powerhouse in our volleyball and basketball programs, and I'm so excited about the opportunity to chat with them. Kelly, can you tell me what it's been like to be an MBCI Hawk over the years?
It's been an honor being an MBCI Hawk. I've made a bunch of awesome memories with my team, and it was a privilege to play for the MBCI Hawks because they've made a name for themselves in athletics.
For me, it's meant being a part of a community that really challenges you and expects the best you have. And it's developed me as an athlete, but also as a person. and I've enjoyed making friendships and learning from high-level coaches over the years.
What are some of the memories you might take with you as you leave MBCI?
Winning K-PAC in my grade 11 year, it was just an amazing feeling knowing that being such a small school, we could compete with the biggest schools and win.
The memories that I really cherish are winning K-PAC in grade 10, and I also lost K-PAC in the volleyball finals this past year. It's great to win, but I think you learn a little bit more when you lose, and especially in a setting like that where all the pressure's on you, it's a very humbling experience to lose a game like that. Still a little bit sad about it, but we'll get them next year.
I like that attitude, Lauren. I'm going to put that in the bank.
Another memory that I hold dear is the Edmonton trip, of course. It was a really great time hanging out with friends, and I've been fortunate enough to go on that trip twice now, and I'm hoping for a third time this grade 12 year.
The Edmonton trips, they're just awesome. Team building, making friendships, exploring the mall, going to the water park, and competing against really awesome teams.
Is there anything else that you'll sort of take away with you as you move on?
The friendships and relationships I've made over the years in the Hawk program have been really special to me, and I believe that they might be lifelong friendships in the future.
Being a part of volleyball teams, it taught me that you need to trust your teammates and always trust in one another to really be successful, and to think of the whole team and not just yourself, to think of the team as a whole for what the best outcome for them will be.
You know, it's interesting, Kelly, that you mentioned that MBCI athletics are known and have made a name for themselves. I think that's one of the really special things about MBCI is that given our size, we are known throughout the province for having just a really strong athletic program, and I'm glad that you've been a part of it. That's exciting.
And definitely in the future, I'll definitely want to come back and help and coach and be a part of it.
Act 3 is where the universe takes these two star-crossed lovers and tears them down in a catastrophic, cataclysmic, cosmic cacophony of catastrophe. It's awesome.
Careful note, at home, if you come across an abandoned wood shop like this, don't mess around in it. Okay, I can do this because I am a professional. And also I want to give Mr. Gettert a nice little surprise. Most carpenters like their cuts to be straight, but if I just make this a little bit 2 degrees off center, it'll be a nice little surprise for him. So I'm just gonna do that. Oh, also we're gonna head over to our grade 12s now and see some cool stuff.
Hi everyone, wherever you are. I'm Mark Neufeld.
And I'm Wes Kozlowski. Thanks for joining us today as we sit down Zoom style with some of this year's graduates.
We look forward to hearing what these lovely young people have to say about their time at MBCI.
How are you guys doing?
Good.
Okay, the first question for you guys is, what is your fondest memory of MBCI?
My fondest memory of MBCI was definitely grad retreat with our whole grade at Cedarwood. We got to do a lot of games, and we went on the tube slide, did snowshoeing. Then we had a lip sync battle, which was really fun, and we worshiped together, we learned together, and we ate together. It was just a really good bonding experience, and it was super fun.
How about you, Brendan?
My fondest memory has to be probably music tour. Back was a couple years ago. Traveled all the way over to California. We went to Los Angeles. We heard the Los Angeles Philharmonic. They played Beethoven's Ninth Symphony. We went to Disneyland. We also watched, which was probably the highlight for me, was Los Angeles Dodgers and Washington Nationals game.
My fondest memory definitely has to be the musicals that I've participated in at MBCI, which they do every other year. I participated in the most recent one as a lead role in Oliver. I was Oliver. It was a lot of fun getting to work with a bunch of different people, especially little kids. It's actually a lot of fun. You learn a lot from younger kids, I guess, and you can bounce off their energy, and it's just the building of the sets and people in orchestra and people that perform. There's a lot that goes into it. It's a lot of fun.
How about you, Rita?
Muddy Went trip that we went to 2 years ago. Muddy Went was the best thing ever that I've ever experienced in my life. I got the opportunity to meet different people from different countries, and I got the opportunity to debate about different topics that are triggering the world, especially war and children in Africa and also in Asia that are going through child labor, because everybody needs to know about these issues. Yeah.
Awesome.
So the second question, what will you take with you from MBCI into the world?
Got to be an education that I'm so grateful for. All of the lessons and the classes, they've taken on such a deeper, much more profound meaning that I can take with me like where I want in my life. Also, I've noticed that there is a lot of like post-secondary preparation in some of the classes. I've noticed this especially in the sciences, where they'll try to integrate university level course material into the classes, and then any material that's part of the curriculum, they'll build upon it and elaborate so that you're even more prepared for university than, let's say, anywhere else. So just the education, that's really what I'm most grateful for, and that's what I'm wanting to take away from MBCI.
I think coming out of MBCI, I'm grateful for the friendships and the relationships that I've made that I can now depend on throughout the rest of my life. Yeah, I'm just super thankful for all the friends that I've made.
Yeah, I definitely have to agree with Anna. The one thing that you can't get at any other school like MBCI is the community that they build there. It's not just your classmates and students that you meet there. You are building a family, basically.
What, if anything, would you like people to know about MBCI?
I'd say the community, like the relationships between students and teachers that you make throughout your years at MBCI, and then the student-to-student relationships, even throughout grades. Like, it's just really cool. And I don't think I would have been able to get that at another school.
I'll definitely agree with Anna. MBCI is a community whereby it brings people together, students and students, to know more about God, especially that it's a Christian school, and they think that spreading the word of God is really important for students.
Brendan, you were going to join in?
The dynamic as to how people relate to each other. You've got people who will stick with you through thick and thin, people who will pick you up when you're down, and people who, when feeling down, will open up and place their trust in you to help them move forward. So MBCI, really strong family dynamic. That's what I wish people should know.
Just to kind of go off of what Rita said, there's so many opportunities that MBCI offers that you should take advantage of. Definitely try and find out who you are, even though like maybe going into MBCI you felt that you were that shy person. You can be so much more like loud, I guess, louder than you expect that you could be, I guess.
No, that's great. Yeah.
Well, thank you all for your wonderful, candid answers. As always, it's great seeing you. It's too bad we can't see you in person. It's been pretty rough at the end of this year with this whole COVID thing, but you guys are lovely people. Miss you guys. Thanks for taking your time to do this. And yeah, I guess up next is the virtual choir. See ya.
Here we are, living in the moment. Here we are, dreaming in the open. Look around, isn't this a new day? Make a move, doing things a new way. A new way. 'Cause this is our world, and this is our time. These are our plans. We're gonna let them shine. And this is our place in the human race. And we won't stop dreaming. No, we won't stop dreaming.
Look ahead, we can see forever.
Forever.
You and me doing it together.
Together. Light it up, we can be a million stars. Look at us, don't you see we've come so far? Yeah, we've come so far. 'Cause this is our world, and this is our time. These are our plans, we're gonna let them shine. And this is our place in the human race. And we won't stop dreaming, no, we won't stop dreaming. Standing at the crossroads, feeling how the wind blows. We can soar above the clouds. Every moment is a heartbeat, every breath feels so sweet. We can say we're half and sound. 'Cause this is our world, and this is our time. These are our plans, we're gonna let them shine. And this is our place in the human race. And we won't stop dreaming, no, we won't stop dreaming. This is our world, and this is our time. These are our plans, we're gonna let them shine. And this is our place in the human race. And we won't stop dreaming, no, we won't stop dreaming. We won't stop dreaming.
We've come to the point in our program where really we are asking for your help. We have weathered the storm of going to distance learning incredibly well, as I said. We have embraced challenges and we found opportunities as we move forward with what we do. And yet we do have need. Tonight is about expanding our bursary program. And that means providing tuition assistance to families that wish to continue at MBCI or wish to come to MBCI where financial difficulties or financial restrictions cause them to go somewhere else. We want them to be here. We want families who wish to be a part of our mission to be with us. And so tonight we lean on you and ask your consideration of a gift to MBCI to help us continue to provide Christ-centered education in these exciting ways that you've heard tonight to future students and as well to our current families. We hope you've enjoyed this event and that you've been blessed by the stories that you've heard. We are so looking forward to being together again here in our building in the fall and with our students, as they are the heart of what we do, and our staff loves to work together collectively towards the mission of MBCI. Again, we are grateful to God's faithfulness to this place and look forward to continued years together.
Well, we've come to the end of our time together. It's time to roll out of here. Thank you so much for joining us and for your support. Can't wait till we can be together. And don't forget to donate.
too. Though he's far away, I'll find my love someday, someday when my dreams come true. Je fais un péronté, je vous fais un péronté, je or two, though he's far